नमः। हरिः ओम्। सहना भवतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधितमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ओम्। असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय आविराविर्मयेधि। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। हरिः ओम्। तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। May we be protected, may we be nourished, may we strive with energy and vigor, may our study be enlightening and not give rise to hostility. Om peace, peace, peace. Lead us to truth and not to untruth. Lead us to enlightenment, not ignorance. Lead us to immortality and not death. Let the self-manifest Atman grow in me. Om peace, peace, peace. Your nectar-like words and warm and inspiring life stories, eulogized by learned sages, are indeed eradicator of shoots of ignorance. These are auspicious to hear, and it is propitious to inculcate in one's own life. Those who take these words are indeed great benefactor of the life of the world. Today I thought I'll read from For the Seekers of God. It is reminiscences of Swami Shivananda Ji Maharaj, Mahapurush Maharaj. So somebody recorded this, and this is very nice. So regarding mother. Yeah. Spiritual talks of Mahapurush Maharaj, Swami Shivananda Ji, and translated by Swami Vividishananda Ji and Swami Gambhirananda Ji. Gambhirananda Ji was also disciple of Holy Mahapurush Maharaj, and I was fortunate to study under a Swami Shanta Swarupananda Ji, who was disciple of Mahapurush Maharaj. So let us read from For the Seekers of God. The Great Mother was born today as Holy Mother. God's play hard to understand. It is from page 249. It is hard to understand unless He makes one understand. Pure knowledge and pure devotion are the same. So, place Belur Math, time December 22nd, 1930. It was the birthday of the Holy Mother. From early morning, Mahapurush Ji had been calling on the mother as though he was a little child, dependent on his mother. With folded hands and closed eyes, he prayed, Mother, Mother, O thou great Mother, glory to thee, Mother, grant us devotion, faith, full faith, knowledge, detachment, love, concentration, and God absorption. Do good to this organization of the Master. Do good to the whole world. Grant peace to the world. He sat silent for a while, and then added, "We have no devotion, and so we cannot fully realize the greatness of days like this." That means that birthday. Is this an ordinary day? This is the birthday of the great mother, Mahamai, great mother, Mahamai. It was the great mother herself who took birth on this day for the good of the world and its creatures. It is hard to understand how God plays by accepting human bodies. How can one understand unless he makes one do so out of his grace? And that means by the grace of God only we can understand such the significance of her life. How commonplace a life she led. How hidden remained her spiritual stature, as though she were in disguise. How little can we understand her. The Master alone understood her properly. He told me one day, the mother that is in that Kali temple and the mother who lives in the concert tower are the same. The next one who knew her was Swamiji. Ah, what a deep reverence he had for the Holy Mother. He said that it was because of the blessing of the Holy Mother that he could go to the other shore of the sea and be victorious. As the monks came in one by one to salute him, he kept on asking most of them, "Did you see the mother?" The number of devotees was rather great. It being a Sunday, about 3,000 devotees, both men and women, had prasada at noon. When it was very cloudy in the morning, many had feared that it would rain and mar the celebration. When an old monk expressed some concern on this score, Mahapurushji kept silent for a while and then said, "No, there is no fear. By the Mother's grace, there will be no trouble. She is the maker of good and she will do good to all." Gangadhar Maharaj, that means Swami Akhandanandaji, came to join the celebration in the afternoon. Mahapurushji was very glad to meet him. A party was singing Chandi Kirtan at the Holy Mother's temple. This was the first performance there for this kind, and Mahapurushji kept on inquiring every now and then how it was progressing. Lastly, he said, "The name of our Holy Mother is Sarada, which means Saraswati, the goddess of learning. The mother is none other than Saraswati. It is she who grants illumination. Out of her grace, illumination means the knowledge of God. One can have true and firm devotion only when one is vouchsafed this knowledge and not otherwise. Pure knowledge and pure devotion are the same, and all that comes from the grace of the Mother alone. Knowledge is dispensed at her bidding." So this is the reading. Swami Vishuddhanandaji, this is also from our order. Swami Vishuddhanandaji, later he became president, but before that he used to live in Ranchi and vice president. So a devotee came, he said, "Maharaj, I want to ask a question. So he said this way, that our Thakur Sri Ramakrishna, and mother, who is great? So Vishuddhanandji uh, took it funnily. He said, your Thakur and our mother, I don't know who is great. But this much I know, that your Thakur worshipped our mother and prostrated at her feet and offered his japamala, that means rosary, and offered all his sadhanas. So now you can understand who is great or who is not. So this is difficult to say who is great. But this much we understand, that we can approach mother any time that we like. We can tell mother whatever. But Sri Ramakrishna is beyond apprehension. And not only that, there is a song about Krishna and Radha. So there also it is the same thing. Who is great? Shuk and Sari, two birds, they would quarrel. No, my Radha is great. No, my Krishna is great. So this same thing was placed before, I think, one of our later she became a nun, Gaurdashi. So Gaurdashi, who is great? So she was very jovial. She said, when we are in trouble, we say Krishna, Krishna. But when Krishna is in trouble, then he sings the name of Radha. Now you can understand who is great. For us, both Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother, it is obverse and reverse of the same coin. So here also we find Saraswati, and one devotee asked, please elaborate a little. Who is this Saraswati? Saraswati is the giver of knowledge. As Sri Ramakrishna would say, that, is she an ordinary woman? She is Saraswati, Sarada, Saraswati, has come to impart knowledge. Who can impart knowledge? Who is full of knowledge? And what kind of knowledge? She herself was apparently illiterate. She could read a little, but not much. And how Sri Ramakrishna says this? The idea is this: Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. All the vidyas, all the learning, etc. The main learning is Adhyatma Vidya, self-knowledge. Outside learning of diversity. But before you learn something else, you must know who you are. First the subject and then objects. That is why Adhyatma Vidya Vidyana. In all learning, the great learning is Adhyatma Vidya. So this time she came in disguise. And many times it was revealed to devotees that she is not what she is seen. Like one day, a devotee was massaging her feet, old feet of old lady. It was like some veins are also visible, etc. So he had a doubt. This old lady, and people say she is goddess herself. How can that be? So he was massaging, and gradually he saw that it's not old ladies. It's like young feet with a red mark and a very soft, and he could not believe his eyes. And then looked at mother, and mother was smiling. Mother revealed herself to him. And then mother asked, "What happened to you? Why are you looking at me? Look again." And again she was in her old, the previous the view, like an old lady. So until or unless divinities express themselves, it is difficult to understand. That is why all sadhana. By sadhana, one refines one's understanding. Then only one can understand subtleties. It's not given to anybody and everybody. One can be master of worldly subjects, but this is a different kind of understanding, different kind of knowledge. And that's why Sri Ramakrishna, like Sri Ramakrishna said, the mother that is in the temple, Mother Kali, and the mother who lives in Nahabat, both are the same, as Mahapurush told, that Sri Ramakrishna told him. And it is beyond our understanding. But if you pray, you can have that understanding. Through prayer, then only she reveals her real nature. Otherwise, doubt will never go. It's very difficult. And once a devotee asked, "Mother, you are a very simple woman." She said, "Yes, my child, I am very simple. But find another simple lady like me. It's difficult." When somebody, say Vividishananda was experiencing headache, and mother asked, "Why are you meditating?" Say, "In Shastra." Say, No. Meditate on your heart." See? When Ramakrishna Math and Mission had great difficulties, people doubted that this is the monastery is sheltering some freedom fighters. Mother said, "No, you go and explain. They'll understand." And that happened. So many incidents happened. When the question came whether Thakur is non-dual, Advaita, or not, mother clarified that. And she firmly said, one monk used to worship Sri Ramakrishna. So generally what happens? In Bengal, husbands are worshipped as God. So she would be happy that a disciple is worshipping Sri Ramakrishna. And Swami Vivekananda was criticizing. Then she wrote that he who is our Guru is Advaita. I firmly say this, he is Advaita. And since we are following him, we are also Advaitin. So this is not ordinary understanding. She guided Ramakrishna Math and Mission in difficult times. So, this is imparting spiritual knowledge. And not only one, two. As we know, Sri Ramakrishna was looking at her at Kashipur. Then mother said, "Do you want to say something? You are staring at me." And Sri Ramakrishna said, "What this has done, you have to do more." Mother said, "What can I do? I'm a woman." No, no, no. What this has done, you'll have to do more. And this Calcutta people, that means worldly people, they are crawling like insects. So you have to save them. Is it possible for ordinary person to do that? So this is the great mother. So we are happy that we are reading her life. Yes, Paul, are you there?
Yep.
Paul?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So we're on page 103. After Kalipada's wife had chanted the Lord's name for 12 years, Kalipada came to visit the master. As soon as he came, the master remarked, "This man has come here after tormenting his wife for 12 years." Kalipada was transformed and he became a great devotee of the master. Gaudi Ma regarded Ramakrishna and Holy Mother as her own parents, and she was very free with them. She recognized the master to be an avatar and believed that he and Chaitanya were the same. One day, Ramakrishna was talking to Holy Mother and Gaudi Ma in the Nahabat, and he started teasing Gaudi Ma. He had noticed that she was very fond of Holy Mother, so he asked, "Whom do you love more, her or me?" Gaudi Ma answered with a song, "O flute player Krishna, you are never greater than Radha. When people are in trouble, they call for you, but when you are in trouble, your flute sounds the name of Radha."
So this is what I was referring. So this is in Bengali. So it's a beautiful song. So in Gaurdashi, Gaurima, later became sannyasini. Yeah.
Holy Mother was very embarrassed, and she squeezed Gaudi Ma's hand. The master laughed and left the room. Ramakrishna and Holy Mother demonstrated an ideal marriage based on mutual love and respect. Later, Holy Mother described the master's thoughtfulness. "How kind was the master's behavior to me. He never spoke a single word that could hurt me. One day at Dakshineshwar, I carried his food to his room, and thinking I was Lakshmi, he said, 'Shut the door as you go out.' Addressing me familiarly as Tui, Tui,
Yeah, Tui. So in
Tui.
Bengali, three layers are addressed. Tui, Tumi, Apni. So Apni is those who are elder or greater, we say Apni. And Tumi means like equal. And Tui means affectionate address of, say, younger people. Like Sri Ramakrishna always would say Tui to Narendranath. Tor shala bada to bhed buddhi. So like that. So Sri Ramakrishna thought that the person who brought food was Lakshmi. So Lakshmi, like a daughter, while going, you close the door. In English, it is difficult to explain. Thee, like thee. So that was the incident. Yes.
I replied, "All right." When he heard my voice, he was startled and cried out, "Oh, it is you. I thought it was Lakshmi. Please forgive me for addressing you as Tui." I answered, "What does it matter?" The next morning, the master went to the Nahabat and apologized again to Holy Mother. "You see, I couldn't sleep the whole night. I felt very bad for addressing you so disrespectfully." He had no peace until Holy Mother reassured him. The master saw all women as manifestations of the Divine Mother, so he was always respectful to them. He taught Holy Mother how to massage his feet, but whenever she did it, he always bowed down to her. Although the master was a Paramahamsa sannyasin, a holy man whose mind always dwelt in a higher realm, Sometimes he would consult with Holy Mother when making decisions. He said, "Once I wanted to go to a certain place. I asked Ramlal's aunt about it. She forbade me to go, so I could not."
So this is the plight of ordinary people. So Sri Ramakrishna, that also in the gospel. See, the ordinary people, they are slave of their wives. I am quoting Sri Ramakrishna, so please don't take offense. If they say get up, so they get up. Sit down, they sit down. And not only that, once I asked Holy Mother that should I go, and Mother forbade. Then he said, I could not go. Now, if this is the case, my case, then what happens to others? Okay.
During his sadhana,
Okay,
Ramakrishna
Ramlal's aunt
renounced.
means Holy Mother. There we don't say, the husband wife, they don't say like their name. Here say husband, wife, they call by their name. But they are Ramlal's aunt, means Holy Mother. Yes.
During his sadhana, Ramakrishna renounced money, saying, "Money is clay and clay is money." Later, he could not touch it. The temple manager would give the master's salary to his nephew,
Okay,
Hriday.
just a minute. Ramlal ends. Here, there is a footnote that will clarify. According to an old Bengali custom, out of respect, the wife does not call her husband by name. She uses such words as Aryaputra or Thakur. Holy Mother would say Thakur. And the husband may call his wife by name. Ramakrishna, however, respectfully referred to Holy Mother as Ramlal's aunt. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
The temple manager would give the master's salary to his nephew Hriday, who kept it in a box. Years later, when Ramakrishna had taken the borrowed wedding jewelry from the child Sarada, Chandramani had promised her that Ramakrishna would give jewelry to her later. The master fulfilled that promise when Holy Mother came to Dakshineshwar. He instructed Hriday, "See how much money there is in your box. Have a pair of diamond-cut gold bangles made for her." These would have cost 300 rupees at that time. The master also gave her all the jewelry that Mathur had made for him when he practiced Madhura Bhava, a sadhana in which he saw himself as Radha. He said, "Her name is Sarada. She is Saraswati, the goddess of learning. That is why she loves to adorn herself." Swami Prabhananda provides this information regarding the jewelry that was given to Holy Mother. Hriday copied on a page in the account book from an old list thus.
So this Prabhananda ji was our vice president. He passed away, I think, beginning of this year. So, not Prabhavananda ji, Prabhananda ji.
In 1271 BE, 1864,
That means Bengali era.
Sri Yukta Kartababu Mahashe Mathur asked Sri Yukta Bhattacharya Mahashe Ramakrishna to make a set of gold jewelry. This is the copy of that list. Thereafter, the particulars of the jewelry are given. One necklace weighing 3 baris, 4 annas, and 2 pai. One pair of chokers weighing 3 baris and 14 annas. One pair lotus earrings weighing 1 bari, 7.5 annas. Swami, does weighing means cost? That's how much it costs?
No. See, that's the bhari. The bhari is like, say, ounce or something like that. It's the jewelry that gold is that's very precious, Therefore, their weighing is also, uh, um, it should be precise. So there are a way. When I don't know how much is one bhari, that's old fashion. We are used to have gram or kilogram like that. So this is before that. So 3 bharis, 4 annas, and 2 pi. And even I saw that a kind of red grains also used as weighing things. So anyway, this is only the weighing, how much it weighed, like that.
Some more jewelry were made in a second installment. One pair of bell-shaped earrings weighing 1 bari 7.5 annas, priced 22 rupees. Other jewelry, 2 baris and 6.5 annas. The total weight of the jewelry came to 12.5 baris of gold costing 171 rupees, 8 annas, and 1 paisa. Here we go. 1 bari equals 180 grains. 15.43 grains equals a gram. On October 1875, it is mentioned in the account book, an armlet, baju, was bought for the younger aunt,
Yeah,
Holy
armlet
Mother.
like here, put here. And Bhattacharya, that means Sri Ramakrishna. And that time people used to call him younger Bhattacharya. His brother was elder Bhattacharya and he was young Choto Bhattacharya, like that. Though Bhattacharya is also a title and Sri Ramakrishna was Chatterjee, Chattopadhyay. But because he was worshipping mother, people used to call him Choto Bhattacharya. Yes.
We can safely presume that after Holy Mother's arrival at Dakshineshwar, she started wearing this jewelry, and that Sri Ramakrishna was relieved at fulfilling his mother's promise to little Sarada at Kamarpakur in 1859. At that time, Chandramani Devi was living at Dakshineshwar, and this must have made her happy too. There is another entry in the account book on 17 March 1881. The cost of repairing the nose ring of the younger aunt's maidservant is 1 rupee. And again, the cost of silver jewelry for the younger aunt's maidservant is 2 rupees. So Holy Mother not only wore jewelry herself, but also arranged for her maidservant to wear it.
So nose ring like this here. And some have like here also another ring. So 2 rings and it should be tied with the ear. Okay.
Swami Prabhananda also supplied this information about the mother. We know from the biography of Holy Mother that in 1876 she lived some of the time at the thatched cottage in Dakshineshwar, which Shambhu Malik had built for her. Only occasionally did she live in the Nahabat, but in 1880 to 1881 she mainly lived in Jairambati. She led a very simple life and her needs were few. In June 1876, she bought a sari for 10 annas, a packet of vermilion for 2.5 annas, a comb for 5 paisa, a box for 9 annas. Then on 8 November 1876, when she left for Jairambati, she bought a bottle of coconut oil for 5 annas. It is also recorded that in 1880, 2 saris were sent to Jairambati for her from Dakshineshwar. Once, while staying at Dakshineshwar, she took 4 annas for personal expenses. On another occasion, Holy Mother gave to her maidservant 4 annas for the observance of the Savitri
Vrata.
Savitri
Savitri Vrata. Savitri, once I told that story, Satyavan and Savitri. So, a great lady and also encountered Yama and took her husband's soul, though Yama was taking him and he was dying. But so this that Vrata is called Savitri Vrata. Yes.
A vow sometimes taken by married women. 4 annas for a pillow cover and 4 annas for her household expenses. Thus, we get a glimpse of Holy Mother's feeling for others as also of her lifestyle. Although the Master led a God intoxicated life and was often in samadhi, he was extremely practical. Like other men, he was concerned about how his wife would be supported after his death. One day he asked her how much money she needed for her monthly expenses. She told him that 5 or 6 rupees should be enough. Evidently, this did not satisfy him. He asked again, "How many chapatis do you eat at night?" The shy Holy Mother blushed at the mention of eating. However, when the Master repeatedly asked, she replied, 5 or 6. After thinking a while, the Master said, "Then 5 or 6 rupees should be enough." He deposited sufficient money to yield that much in interest with Balaram, a wealthy householder disciple. Balaram invested that money and sent Holy Mother 30 rupees every 6 months after Ramakrishna's passing. Although Holy Mother was brought up in a rural village,
It's not. He was not negligent of his duties. What is the point? Point here is we have to perform our duties. And otherwise what happens? Mind goes there, oh, I did not do that. So, as we know that Gita says, Karmani eva adhikar, you have right to work. Ma phaleshu kadachana, but you have no right in the fruits thereof. Therefore, ma karma phal hetur bhu, don't entangle yourself desiring results. But we do all the time. And the fourth is, mate sangastu akarmani. You should not be attached with non-functioning. If we don't do something, that pinches us all the time. Oh, I did not do that. Oh, I did not do that. So this is attachment for something which we have not done. So Sri Ramakrishna did everything. Even he was aware of the expenses of Holy Mother. Yeah.
Although Holy Mother was brought up in a rural village and could scarcely read and write, she possessed keen intelligence, strong common sense, and far-sightedness. Once a Marwari devotee saw a dirty sheet on the Master's bed. Intending to help with the Master's household expenses, he offered to invest 10,000 rupees in the Master's name, which would be sufficient for the Master's food, clothing, bedding, and other necessities. The moment the Master heard this proposal, he developed a terrible headache. He prayed to Mother Kali tearfully, "Mother, why are you tempting me again at this stage of my life?" The Master refused the devotee's offer. When the devotee insisted, the Master decided to test Holy Mother. He sent for her and said, "Look, a devotee wants me to accept this money, which is utterly impossible for me. Now he wants to leave the gift with you. Why don't you accept it?" Holy Mother immediately replied, "What are you saying? How can that be? The money must not be accepted. If I take it, it will be as good as your taking it, because even if it is kept with me, the money will be spent for you. People show you respect for your renunciation. You must refuse the gift." Ramakrishna was relieved that Holy Mother passed the test.
See, now, this is not ordinary, this is detachment. See, we cannot understand how much difficulties they faced. But even in that situation, there was no greed at all. And this is not ordinary. If somebody gives some money, like householders will grab it. But this is extraordinary renunciation, and it is because of both were tuned in the same tune. Renunciation, yes.
Holy Mother said that the Master trained her in all domestic matters, such as how to place a wick in a lamp and how to recognize the character of various family members and deal with them appropriately. He also taught her spiritual disciplines, singing, meditation, samadhi, and even the knowledge of Brahman. When Holy Mother was living in Dakshineshwar, Ramakrishna often asked for her opinion on various matters. Holy Mother would always reply, "Please excuse me, I would rather not answer right now. I shall give you my opinion later." "Why not now? With whom will you consult?" the Master would insist. But Holy Mother's reply would invariably be, "Oh no, let me think a little and then I shall talk with you about it." Returning to the Nahabat, Holy Mother would pray fervently to the Divine Mother, "Please tell me, Mother, what to say." In response to her prayers, Holy Mother received the answers to the Master's questions, which she would then share with him.
Okay. And another, a devotee asked to elaborate that Holy Mother is Saraswati. This incident happened with Swami Sridharanji. He used to serve Swami Shantanandaji. And Shantanandaji developed tuberculosis. But that time people would not inform. So Swami Sridharanji used to interact with him. And as if normal. And that time it was considered, and even today, that it is contagious disease. So later he was taken to a hill station for his treatment. There he saw, sanitarium. That means, I developed TB, tuberculosis. So before that he was jovial, he used to talk about, but when he came to know, then he became very grievous. And for 3 days he did not talk, and he ate also a little. And after 3 days, and Maharaj could not understand, why he was not behaving normally. And after 3 days, he was happy. He was very happy, like child. And he was so that, even this used to become a raid. So Sridharanji asked him, "Maharaj, for 3 days you were not talking to me. What happened today that you have changed today?" Then he said, "Shalil, I was very worried because I have developed tuberculosis, but you never segregated yourself. So I prayed to Mother, Mother, let anything happen to him, Shalil Maharaj, that means Sridharanji, not tuberculosis, because then I'll be very sorry for that. Because of me, he contracted tuberculosis." So I was praying for 3 days and with austerity. And now I got the answer from Mother that anything can happen to him, but not tuberculosis. So this is not only when she was living the life, but when she was not in body, but she answered that call of seeking of Swami Shantanandaji. So this is extraordinary. And don't think that she only answers her disciples. She even answers ordinary people like us. So it is not given to anybody and everybody. Only the Divine Mother can do that. And now Maharaj is there even in Sydney, Now this year he will complete 99 in December. So we pray for his long life. Yes. Go ahead.
Spiritual practices. When divine beings assume a human form.
No, one thing I forgot to tell. Another time it happened that Swami Sridharji asked Swami Shantanandaji, Maharaj, we come to know about Sri Ramakrishna that he used to have lots of samadhi all the time, many times in a day. Have you ever seen mother having samadhi? So he did not answer. So again he asked the same question with a little difference. That time also he did not answer. And when the third time he asked the same question, he thought he is not listening, he is absent-minded. And then Shantananji got agitated. What are you saying, Shalil? She is the giver of samadhi. You think that she should be immersed in samadhi all the time? She is the giver of samadhi. So, what is the point? Point is that the response to her prayer, Holy Mother received the answers to the Master's question. So, she was not ordinary. She is very compassionate mother, the Divine Mother herself, who incarnated this time. And we are very fortunate that we can call on her and get answer, and we can ask anything, which we cannot ask Sri Ramakrishna. Mother is so kind. So she was giver of samadhi, not that like Sri Ramakrishna, she should go samadhi many times in a day. But she used to go to samadhi many times. Yes.
When divine beings assume a human form, they usually act like ordinary people, although their minds dwell in two planes, the divine and the human. Sometimes they remain absorbed in God consciousness, and other times they function in the world like the rest of us. They eat, sleep, do their duties, and also practice spiritual disciplines. Swami Shivananda wrote, Avatars, divine incarnations, do not have even the slightest trace of selfish desire. They have no wish to enjoy sensual pleasures, here or hereafter, nor any intention of enjoying infinite bliss by liberating themselves while disregarding the fate of others in the world. The primary object of their quest is to investigate the unknown divine power that has helped them from their birth. Their compassionate minds are therefore solely absorbed in the question of how they can gain full control over that divine power, ascend to higher and higher planes of consciousness at will, and stay there as long as they want, and then teach that technique to all people so they too can attain peace. For this reason, the two powerful currents of sadhana and compassion are seen constantly flowing side by side in their lives.
So incarnation, Sri Ramakrishna would say that they have no liberation, mukti. That means what? Wherever it is needed, by the will of God, they will be there. As in Bhagavad Gita also Bhagavan said that yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata tadatmanam abhyuttana srijamyaham paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. So whenever there is decline in righteousness, dharma, and increase in evil forces, increase of evil forces, I create myself. How I create? I create taking control of my Maya Shakti. Devi he sa gunamayi mama maya durattaya. So this is how I create. This is very Very, very difficult to understand. And those who can understand this, janma karma chame divyam evam yo vetti tattvatah tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mamiti sorjana. How, who is birthless, takes birth, who has no work, but he works. So this is a secret. And if one can understand this, for him there is no rebirth. So this is the secret of incarnation. And he said further, Abhyaktam Vyaktimapanyam. I am abhyakt, unmanifested. But people think I am a person. So this is, though you see Sri Ramakrishna as a person, but he is not a person. He is unmanifested. Similarly, Holy Mother. Only because we want to help, he appears before us in this human form and gradually takes by hand to give us, to impart the highest knowledge to us. So this is their compassionate part. Out of compassion, they come in that form. Why they come? Because of our prayer. When you pray earnestly, they'll come and help you to grow. So that is the special task of incarnation. Again, incarnation is from within yourself. So that's why prayer is very important. Yes, go ahead.
Although the Master had transmitted the results of his sadhana to Holy Mother during the Shodashi Puja, he continued to train her in the practice of spiritual disciplines. To her, he was guru, father, mother, companion, husband, and God himself. Holy Mother witnessed her husband's complete conquest of lust and greed. She learned from him how to become a world teacher. The divine and the human manifested side by side in Holy Mother's life also. She demonstrated how the active life and the contemplative life can coexist. In the early hours of the morning, she was absorbed in samadhi on the veranda of the Nahabat. During the day, she was busy cooking and serving the Master and others. While the rice or dal was cooking, she would sit on one of the steps leading to the upper floor of the Nahabat and repeat her mantra. She later said, "My child, it is a great fortune to have a human birth. One must call on God wholeheartedly. One should practice hard. Is it possible to achieve anything without intense discipline? One should make time for spiritual practice in between household chores."
Okay, let me tell about this Swami Asheshananda Ji Maharaj. Asheshananda Ji was trained under Swami Sharadananda Ji. But he was initiated by Holy Mother, Sri Sarada Devi. So one day after evening meditation, he said, "Maharaj, I have something to ask from you." He said, "Okay, ask." He said, "Maharaj, I notice," he used to write his letters to devotees. So I noticed that when you write something, you have a particular procedure. Number 1, do this. Number 2, do this. Number 3, do this. But Mother gave me only initiation, did not ask anything. So my request is, you please tell me what to do. Then Sharadananda Maharaj scolded him. "You are a first-class fool. What Mother has said, that's the last word in his spiritual life. So follow that, whatever she said." So, and you can see in his reminiscences are there in the net. You can find that. And he used to tell and narrate this later also. So Mother is simple. Household. Mother is no complication there. Just we have to follow Mother. The problem is when rules are given, then we want to break it. And when there is no rule, then we want to have rules. So this is our problem, not her problem. Yes.
It is wonderful to visualize Holy Mother sitting on the western veranda on the Nahabat, absorbed in deep meditation in the dark hours of early morning. She recalled.
So this is another way of meditation. Just imagine that Mother is sitting there. And this way we can meditate on Mother. Similarly, Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna is sitting in his room and talking to devotees. Just when you are facing some difficulties, concentrating on the Ishta, you can think this way. This way, you can concentrate on the divine incarnation of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother. Yes.
At Dakshineshwar, I used to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and sit in meditation. Often I totally forgot my body and the world. Once on a moonlit night, I was repeating the mantra, sitting near the steps of the Nahabat, and the whole area was quiet. Generally, when the master went to the pine grove to answer the call of nature, I would hear the sound of his sandals, but that day I did not hear anything. I was absorbed in deep meditation. In those days, I used to wear a red-bordered sari and jewelry. As I meditated, a gentle breeze blew the upper corner of my red-bordered cloth off my back, but I did not know it. The boy Yogin, later Yogananda, was carrying the water pot for the master, and he saw me in that condition. Ah, those were unforgettable days. Another day, while I was in meditation, the maidservant Brinda shoved a brass plate in front of me with a bang. The sound hit me and penetrated as it were into my heart, and I cried out.
Yeah, this, when you are concentrating and you are at the point of absorption, that time even little sound looks like a thunderbolt. So, this is the sign that Mother was totally absorbed. So this is, I think time is up. We'll stop here.
Swami, we have 4 minutes if you want.
Oh yes, yes. Is it 4 minutes? Okay.
It's like 8:32.
Okay, go ahead.
Patanjali listed 9 obstacles to spiritual life: disease, laziness, doubt, lack of enthusiasm, lethargy, clinging to sense enjoyment, false perception, difficulty attaining concentration, and difficulty maintaining concentration. All seekers face those obstacles to some degree in their spiritual journey, even Holy Mother. She said, one should shun laziness and practice japa and meditation regularly. Once in Dakshineshwar, I was unwell and did not get up at 3 o'clock. I felt lethargic. The next day I got up even later. This happened on several successive days. Gradually, I felt that I no longer had the inclination to get up early. At once, I realized that it was a trick of the mind and that laziness had possessed me. I then forced myself to get up at the usual time and resumed my previous habit. One cannot succeed in spiritual life without firm determination.
Yeah, so, teaching, it's not, she would read a book or something like that, but from her own life. How she did, so that's why she taught us. So it is from her own experience. So apani koriye, apni, by performing oneself, teaches others. Yes.
Later, one day, Holy Mother said to her niece Nalini, when I was your age, I worked very hard, and in spite of that, I used to repeat the mantra 100,000 times every day. When the master was practicing sadhana at Dakshineshwar and Holy Mother was in Kamarpukur, she and Lakshmi received initiation with a Shakti mantra from a monk named Swami Purnananda. When Holy Mother later came to Dakshineshwar, the master wrote a mantra on her tongue and initiated her. He asked her to offer that previous mantra at the feet of her Ishta.
There is a note that she used to repeat the mantra for 100,000 times. So there Holy Mother means that one can attain God by repeating these mantras. When you are repeating so many times, that means mind will be absorbed. And with all the duties, she would do that. Time is up?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll stop here. Akshay,
Yes,
anything?
yes.
Go ahead.
Like, how can we be free from attachment to other people?
Okay. Okay. When you cycle, what do? You put effort and cycle moves onward, right? If
Yes,
some mud is there, then it is stuck there. So the effort, the primary thing is effort, number one. Number two, the cycle should not be away from road. So it is not, for we people, we are in this world. We are not totally out of world. Only thing, attachment means here not infatuation. One should not be infatuated. One should honor everybody. One should be connected with the society. One should serve others, but not infatuated. Right? So, infatuated means if you are cycling, your tire should not be stuck in mud. Then you cannot progress. But it should touch the road. Then only you are progressing. Then only you have that whatever force you are pedaling. So that force will work when you have contact. So it is not totally go out of society. Be in the society like a boat. But in a boat is in water, but water should not be in the boat. That means worldliness should not be there. So this is a balance that one has to practice. That means there should not be infatuation, special infatuation. Say devotion is different. You have devotion to mother, your family members. That is good. But you are young, so as you grow, you'll know that people are infatuated. They cannot progress because of infatuation, or they are infatuated with money and property. So, for spiritual progress, that is to be shunned, but not contacts. So Sri Ramakrishna also lived in this world, but he was not infatuated. He's like air blowing, and if air blows, then it is fresh. Water flows, then only it is fresh. So we are in this world. If you can think that all are divine, all are manifestation of God, then you will not be infatuated, but you will have honor for them. See, Mother and Thakur, you can see this. Sri Ramakrishna was not infatuated, but he respected mother. Especially husband and wife, they are infatuated. But this relationship of Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother is very special. They are not attached in worldly matters, but at the same time they honor each other. But your question is also very good, very nice. So, we should have devotion, respect, honor, but not, the correct word is infatuation. Anyway. Okay?
Thank
So we say our prayer. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shantihi 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 Harihi Om Tatsat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Thank you. Yes.
When Holy Mother was saying this japa 100,000 times a day, was that just during her waking hours, or was she also saying a japa during her sleep?
I think waking time, because that is what she said. Okay, let me read. Later, one day Holy Mother said to her niece Nalini, "When I was your age, I worked very hard. And in spite of that, I used to repeat the mantra 100,000 times every day."
And how old is Nalini?
Nalini was, say, about 1920 or something that time. So mother had that. When mind is concentrated, one can do japa quickly also. But mind is scattered, so you cannot do fast. It is said, tad japas tadartha bhavanam. When you are repeating the mantra, you are to also meditate on the meaning of it. Tad japas tadartha bhavanam. What is the meaning of it and what is the goal of it? So this to be inculcated. Otherwise there is no use of mantra. So when you are repeating mantra, the meaning and for what you are meditating, why you are repeating, that should be also inculcated. So when you are concentrated, it will go very fast. If your mind is scattered, then it cannot go fast.
How old do you think Holy Mother was when she first started repeating the mantra?
Yeah, in her 20s. So 1820s like this, that time.